So, women and Instagram filters.
Oh, yes. What do I
Tell
think
me,
about
tell, tell me
it?
about it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what I think about them real quick. So, cause I use them, we're all guilty. I don't know if you're guilty of them, but I think 99% of women. I'm gonna give that 1%, but I'm being generous. 99% of women use filters, right? At some point. But here's the thing: I've tried. Like sometimes I'll do stories and I have no makeup. I'm chilling at home. I'm not gonna put on a whole bunch of makeup to look good on camera, right? So filters help, right? But sometimes they make you look worse. Like I literally will sometimes like, I got something in my mind, I want to talk about it. Let me do it, right? But I'm like, we can be like, this is one thing I'll say. We can look great, right? In person, you look in the mirror, you look good. But as soon as you turn the camera on, the camera, like, it brings out all your imperfections. I don't know what it is, but it's like you can look good. As soon as you turn that camera on, it's like, I don't know how, I'm not feeling it. So I have something to say, and I'm like, I want to turn the filter on, so I can look kind of good. And then I'm like scrolling, I'm like, these just don't look like me, or this should just look crazy. So I'm not like, I use them, but I'm really not a big fan of them. I like the funky ones with the big mouth and all the weird stuff. I like those are fun, but the beauty ones, I'm like, I don't know. But listen, there's some weird ones. There's ones that paint your face white. I'm like, I don't want my face to be white. I want to be tan. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, filters are cool, but it's getting to a thing where you it's uncomfortable to like look at yourself regular. Like there was a few years ago, we can all do stories without filters on our faces. Now it's like if you do it, it's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about. I feel I look kind of weird. You know what I mean? Even women that put makeup on, they'll put a filter on top of the makeup. I'm like, your filter's already on your face. You have a whole, you know what I mean? So filters just blur out everything and makes you look like a little Barbie doll that's not real. And we have this obsession with perfection, even though we're not perfect. So I think filters add on to that, and then you trick your mind. You can't get used to not seeing yourself without it anymore because now you're imperfect again. You know what I mean? So that's in a nutshell. But if you want to break that down in any way, let me know. That's
Yeah.
a very broad topic. So yeah.
Yeah, because it has gotten to a point, been there, but it's really gotten to a point where people are uncomfortable with the way they was born. You
Yeah.
know, the way they was born is like this whole thing. Have you heard about the BBL when they're on? I think it was like 40 women were coming from like the same airplane coming from, I believe it was either Brazil or DR, coming back to the US, and they all was on their back, on their stomach from the surgery.
Wow. I did
So a
not
lot of
know
them
that.
are, originally built like a refrigerator. You see a refrigerator, you open it, the bottom is there at the bottom, just the shape of it. And then they get the surgery and they look different. But
Yeah.
people, I think people, they forget that when they have a daughter, she's gonna come out looking like a refrigerator,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know? So
See,
a
the
lot.
whole I mean with this whole like the social media has played such a big part in it, and it's it's really bad. But I agree with you. I talked about this before, where it's like it's cool for you, right? Like I think when we're in the moment when we're right now, like, you know what, this makes me feel better, and I have bigger boobs now, I have a bigger butt now, I got my lips bigger, like I enhance my beauty, right? They make themselves feel better by saying my beauty was there, but I enhanced it. Okay, all power to you, right? If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But like you said, now yes, your daughter's going to be born the same body you had. Your genetics are going to be passed down to her, so now she's going to feel like she has to get the same type of body you have because, well, my mother did it, and she looks good, I want to look like her, I want to, so. And then not even that, but also when you post it on social media, now you have all these little girls that see it and like, oh, well, I don't feel right, or I don't feel good because her body looks really good, and I know I can never achieve that. These were the boobs I was born with. I can't do anything about them, but I can get them enhanced. So let me go do the same thing. And honestly, they don't even look good sometimes. Like I be looking at someone, I'm just like, bro, this should look crazy. Like I don't need, like, you know what I mean? And maybe they didn't want it to turn out that way, but they had a bad surgery or whatever happened. But like it doesn't look good. So I'm like, and honestly, listen, I think we're all guilty of it. You're scrolling through social media, and at one point, like, man, I kind of want my butt to look bigger. Like, damn, her butt look good, right? And like, what if I got a BBL? And then it's like a 5-second thing, and I'm like, nah, can't do it. Why? Because I kind of want to be proud. Like, hey, I could go to the gym and build this type of thing. You know what I mean? And then you can change your genetics that way technically. So but yeah, it's just like I said, it goes back to that whole thing of perfection. It's like the sex appeal, for the longest time, the perfect female body has been very curvy, right? When you describe the perfect woman, men and women, like there's very few men that be like, oh yeah, my perfect woman will be like this. A lot of men want some type of ass, some type of boob, some type of something, and then women, because we want to please men in a way, right? And we also want to please ourselves. Now we think that's the perfect body. You know what I mean? So now we strive to have that, and it's like, I don't. Yeah, it's just we're switching our brain and programming to think that this is what you should achieve for. So I don't know. It's complicated. And it's like, how can we go back or away from that? You know what I mean?